Hi, welcome to 5 Questions with Rachelle, where we explore the regenerative thinking behind our decision making. So come along and join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Good morning, it's Rachelle from Soil Restoration Farming, and very happy to be here with Tamzin Revell from Farming Revolution. I'll just hand over to Tamzin to give a bit of an introduction, where we are and what we're doing.
Hi folks, we have at the moment a cyclone sitting off the coast of Gold Coast, and that's why it's a bit windy, so hopefully it will all be okay and the trees won't blow over. Farming Revolution, it does, yes, authenticity. Farming Revolution was started because I started asking questions about our food system and basically if our healthy food was healthy for us. One of my first people I actually met was Rachelle and Sarah and Martin and other people now that are in the soil restoration farming side of things. And I just kept asking questions, and I've been asking questions for 5 years, and I've incorporated the beekeeping side of things into it, and after 5 years I'm now ready to start, and so I will be producing food and honey. And also, while I've been doing this in the transition from a riding school to a primary production, I have learnt to edit as well, so I really enjoy that.
We're actually learning a lot from Tamzin as we speak about editing and getting these movies and stories out there, basically. So you've had a wild ride the last 5 years. You've learnt lots of research and lots of education, and we've definitely crossed paths, as you were saying before, along the way, which is really cool. What now is the most important thing that you want to focus on for 2022?
I'm going to say something that may be obvious to everybody, but it's making money. So I had a riding school that had to close down 2 years ago because the Gold Coast City Council basically ordered me to. And so I've been living off my mortgage for 2 years. And it's not a very secure place to be, but it's all about how you control your emotions. Because of course, previous to that, I had a big debt as well. I had 2 properties, and that didn't help, and that's when I broke. And so you have to re-evaluate everything that you can actually cope with yourself. So I'm focusing on money this year. I have to make it, and now I'm ready to. So up until now, I've been focusing on education and learning and experimenting, love experimenting. So I've been growing things and loving weeds, and that's one of my things as well, is creating an environment that's packed full of weeds that is actually helping to grow mineral-dense food.
Yeah, we had an awesome walk around the farm yesterday, and there's just so many stories to be told and to try and observe and understand what nature's trying to tell you. So what can you do from a production point of view from this farm, that's going to bring the income, the much needed income?
So I really, with the experimenting I've done, it's anything underground grows quite easily. Because we're in this subtropical area, leaves get nailed by bugs and fruit gets nailed by fruit fly. So I have thought maybe to go into the Asian market a little bit, curries, Thai food, Chinese, that sort of thing. So with ginger and coriander seeds. And I also love growing carrots as well. I know I'm being quite specific here, but when you get a passion for, and it's an orange colour as well, and we were discussing before that we love orange. Yes. It's a happy, passionate colour, and you play around. When you're actually growing one thing, you can tell where it's grown, how it's grown, what variety is being grown, and just from the taste. And that's what I've been playing with this year. So that side of things is specifically the sort of niche market with food. I'm hoping that when I grow food for the family, I actually overproduce. So we live on a really cool street here, so I can provide food boxes for my neighbours if they want it. And also with the honey side of things, I'll be building up my hives. I've got 2 hives at the moment, but I'm trying to spell Farming Revolution. So that means 17 hives I need at the end of the day. Wow. And then, yes, on top of that, hopefully once I'm actually in there doing it, I'm going to be a lot better at the educational side, but more so with consumers, and actually getting them aware that it's not just the food that they're eating, it's about their mental and physical well-being as well. And like you were saying, you know, I've actually been there and I've experienced it, so it comes firsthand.
Yeah. Okay, so what sort of obstacles do you think will get in the way of these goals being met this year, getting the farm going?
I think, well, I already know access here is really difficult.
Yeah.
So I've got to keep my energy and strength up, because you've got to be a mountain goat to operate here. Yes. Anything can go wrong with farming, and it's really normally related to pest, disease or weather. Yeah. We can go from being really dry to 200 mils in a night. Yeah. This is a Pandora's box for me. I haven't done it before.
And this is where letting things go a bit wild and seeing what nature wants to put here is probably helping with, you know, working out what's going to be, you know, most resilient.
Yeah.
So if you were to clear it all out, you know, human style, and just sort of try and control the whole environment, it'll probably come crashing down.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed. Those weeds that we call weeds, they're my friends.
Yeah.
I'm really a big advocate on that weed side of things. And it was actually Jeff Bassett, one of the first conferences I went that Bear Biologics hosted. He flipped my mindset. Yeah. And it was instant, and it was because he was talking about weeds being a good thing. Yeah. And so now it's like, let's just go for it. Of course I've got to control, as in I will. Sure. I get my secateurs out and I'll prune it, because I'm not on a broad acre thing. Yeah, and I need to get my head near the soil so I can see where I'm planting, that sort of thing. Yeah,
cool. And so what will success look like? And this time next year, if we sit down, which I hope we get to do.
Yep.
How will that look?
I really love producing food that looks and tastes incredible. Yeah. If it's got a few blemishes on it, I know I'm not 100% there yet. So I love learning. Learning is just something I was born to do. Yeah. I want to be earning, whether it's through my editing or filming, telling other people's stories. I love storytelling. Or whether it's actually producing the food. So I'm on and offline. Yeah. I work in a sort of chaotic way, but it's structurally chaotic, if that's a thing. And I'm not scared of stuff. So if things don't work, if I just say, look, I tried growing carrots and it just didn't work, you know, I got infested or
it's
whatever.
A story in itself, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's never a failure with me. It's life. Everything is there for a reason, and you just don't repeat what you've done before, because it's not going to work, is it, if it didn't work the first time.
Positive feedback loops compared to negative feedback loops. You've got to learn, yeah. But I'd actually be interested to hear some of the stories of, like, the so-called weeds, you know, what they're trying to tell. I could see, you know, a series on secrets of the...
Yeah, well, that's what I hope. So I am doing a series on the transitioning from a riding school to a farming revolution. Yeah. And it's going to be about degraded land becoming primary produce land in an environment that's not flat, that's on hills, that I know it's got really rocky ground. It's wattle country here, so it's not exactly, it's not naturally really high production country. Yeah. And I'm always up for a challenge. Yeah. So I would love to sit here and say, I succeeded in everything that I put my mind to. I didn't earn enough money, but at least I earned something. Yeah, so that's still a success story for me. Yeah,
cool. So my last question is what would you do if you won the lottery?
That was really a funny one, because I said wouldn't matter. Like, I'm not going to change anything, because I am doing exactly what I want to do.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But it would obviously help me to maybe build the road down so I have access all the time. I don't have access when it rains, except on foot. Yeah. And very difficult to carry all these pumpkins.
Some infrastructure.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to sit here this time next year and, you know, or go for a walk around the farm again and sort of see what's happening, because it's exciting stuff, but from the way you do things, it's a whole lot of stories.
Yeah.
And because you've got your media, passion for getting the stories out, I'm really looking forward to, subscribe to Farming Revolution, because that's where we're going to be able to follow and hear those
on
stories.
YouTube. That's where I'm transitioning to.
Yeah, good point. All right, thank you so much, Tamzin. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes,
Okay.
and thank you so much for coming and staying and having a look around. It's
Our
been
pleasure.
really good.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. Is he going to be too noisy? He told a story all the way through.
Oh, I think he's awesome. I don't
I
mind.
was
Like, he's not
like-
going to be louder than you.
I was like, that was.
I knew that he, like, at one stage, I actually went and zoomed into him.
Rachelle from Soil Restoration Farming, and very happy to be here with Tamzin Revell from Farming Revolution.
You can hear the wind, but it's not affecting the mic.
So Tamzin, to give a bit of an introduction
We look good.
to who we are and what we're doing.
I hated my intro bit.
Oh,
Because I was expecting you to do it, but of course then I went, I got to do it.
no.
So